What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and we have some exciting stuff going on. Um, we're gonna be working on a boat, not just any old boat either. It's an old commissioned race boat that my father owned since the mid 80s, well, 86, 87, and we're gonna be restoring it. But first, we're going to get it mechanically sound, and then we're going to run it this summer, and then we're going to blow it apart and redo all the exterior, whatever teak needs to be done, and all the other finishes. So let me introduce you. This is a 21-foot Shadow. It is indeed the Nighthawk. A lot of people do know this boat. It was born in 1981, commissioned by the Shizuli brothers. That is a auto dealership, and they raced it for, I'm gonna say, 2 years, and the boat did pretty well. There is YouTube videos of this boat racing. One race was when the first of the videos is when this boat wasn't even lettered. It was just black. And second video, it was lettered and striped as you see it. It still has 2.4 Bridgeport motors. The original motors, I think one of them may have been changed, and the other one's a replacement. I am going to be pulling the power heads off, and I am going to look into the exhaust chest, and because I could tell by the porting which motors were the originals, because this was a Dico Day Racing ported blocks on this. This thing really ripped. 7,000 plus, I think about 7,500 RPM this thing ran. I remember seeing that on the tachometers when we're full throttle on this baby back in the day. That's a lot of RPMs. So this boat changed very little. I already started taking some of the gauges out a while ago, and the original upholstery is in the other garage, which will need to be redone. I am currently looking for someone who would love to do this interior that is you know, obviously good at doing marine upholstery. So we're going to start digging into this tomorrow morning, and I'm excited. First thing I am going to do is pour some fogging oil in the blocks, in the spark plug holes, get the motor spun over a bit, and then I'm going to probably at that point clear it out by maybe trying to start them, maybe, and then after that I'm going to run a compression test on them. I don't want to do a compression test with the fogging oil in it. I'd rather have it fire off and blow some of it out, because I don't want to affect the results. I know on some of my two-stroke stuff that would affect it. So, but yep, this is it. We will go over more what's going to be going on with the boat as we go on with the video. But I just want to kind of introduce the project and take it from there. I am going to keep the boat almost 100% the way it was born, except for a few little details, very few little details. So I'm excited, and hope you guys are too. Let's get rolling. All right. Well, it's minutes later. Couldn't wait till the morning. So I just wanted to get a jump on some things. So got the cowlings off, got the air boxes off, just checking things over. Got a bad wire here. I don't know if it comes from the trigger or what. I gotta trace it up. I know the negative over here from the starter to the block itself, that is absolutely trashed. Good thing is, new starter, and also new stator. Pretty cool. Over on this motor, looks like we got a new stator on this one too. That's pretty awesome. I did buy some new coil wires that run to the switch packs. Actually, one of them, and I might have a second just in case I need it. But this is the other one. This has the black front half and then the gold rear. So that's indicating that this motor might be one of the originals that let loose, which happened during the radar shootout at the Lobster Shanty, I believe, or Waters on the Edge in New Jersey, Toms River. So my objective is, as I said earlier, I'm gonna pull these plugs out. I am gonna tilt the motor up, fill it up with some fogging oil, let it sit, and then I'm going to put a wrench on the top and spin the motors over so you get the cylinders cranking over, so it coats the cylinder walls a little bit. And then probably tomorrow is when I'll try to pop these over. I got a fuel tank and a fuel pump, so got a little Quicksilver fuel tank I could use. This way we're completely isolating everything. All right, well, I will do some tripod action, but I don't think anybody needs to see me pulling spark plugs out, so kind of boring. We'll get back into it. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. We're gonna do some work. Pulling the we got a list of stuff to do. The list is inside the house. Not a great spot for it, but well, we're going to trim the motors up, and I want to drop the lower units first because don't want to spin this thing over with the water pumps that are probably about 5-6 years old. They'll probably just crumble. So we'll get trimmed up and get ripping and roaring here. All right, well, we got the one lower unit off and out of the way. These motors are pretty much 21 inches on center. So for video purposes, it was much easier for me to get the one lower unit out of the way prior to fumbling around. So we're gonna use the Mercury prop wrench, or I don't know if it's aftermarket or whatnot, but these have tangs that you knock down so the prop nut doesn't get loose, and you use this to pull them up. There's 6 tangs. You always use just 3 because that's all you need, and plus gives you the other 3 to use whenever the other 3 wear out. How's that sound? All right, let's see if I can do this without a block of wood. Normally you can put a block of wood in here, but see if my brute strength could hold it. Yeah, Popeye power, baby. Ooh, that hurt. No, I can. Alright. So, as stated before, I'm pulling these lures down because A, they're going to need servicing, and B, I could start the motors up quickly without worrying about burning up the water pumps, because I don't feel like putting water up to this thing right now and filling the garage up with water, and yeah, that's my excuse. Just pulls off like so. You always keep the lock nut and the a heavy prop at 8 in the morning. I always put the prop nut back on, because if something ungodly happens, at least you're protecting the threads on your lower unit. I need a rag. 2-stroke oil. Alright. So, where is it? For some reason, this one was missing. I don't know why, but you get a zinc that goes on here, and then these are the offshore mid-sections, so they're different than your standard. But you put a 1/2-inch socket in here, and I use a wobble head ratchet. Undo this. These are flat because they're running twins with counter and standard rotation. We don't need the trim tab style. So under here, you got a bolt that requires a 9/16 socket. So get that out. And when tightening these up, yeah, you want it tight, but you don't have to crush it. Now remember, the gear cases are just aluminum. I would say this one was a little loose. So was the other one. So 1/2 inch for the top, 9/16 on the bottom, and then everything's going to be 5/8 from here on out. You got 2 here that you use a socket for. You got 1 in the back you drop in and undo at the front of the lower. This is the back. And then you got 2 on the side that use a wrench. 1, 2. All right, let's go. Last one here. I always put my knee, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, I always put my knee under the skeg on my last bolt here, or nut. ready to jump off. And everything else. There we go. Now I'll hold it up like I just caught a fish. Alright. So this is a closer look here. There's a water tube right up in here that goes up to the engine, and this plastic piece right here slides into the water pump housing, and then the copper tube slides into here. Definitely make sure that baby's in there, or you're not going to have too much water pressure. And to do the water pump, you undo all these bolts here, and this one, these nuts, and then this little bolt, pull it off, and then the water pump is right in here. Super easy. That's the shift shaft. When you do a water pump, it's always nice to shift the boat into forward gear. This way, when you go to put it back in, you throw a prop on here, you spin the prop, I believe, clockwise, so it doesn't jump out of gear, and you could spin this, and then it will lock into the, it'll couple itself into the crank area of the block, because if you get it in the in-between, you're not going to be able to get this up in there. So just a little tip. Alrighty. That is the completion of pulling a lower unit down. Let's get to the next step.
Where are we going?
Where are you going? Are you driving us crazy?
No.
You better watch your eyes. You might get bugs in it. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I need those goggles.
Are you a race car driver? Watch your glasses. You're going to fall off the back of
My
your head.
glasses. I'm ready.
Uh-oh. How fast are you going? Look at the gauge. Say, holy crap, I'm going fast, because there's a hole where the gauge is.
Holy crap.
Nice.
You gotta bleed the brakes still, so just be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You look like a race car lady. A real track special.
Yeah, with my tunnel ram.
Yeah. The Ram of Tunnel.
It's a tunnel of love.
Yeah, Tunnel of Love.
Love tunnel.
Well, we don't know if that's going to go on or not, but it looks pretty cool. And it was laying like right on the floor, so we just installed it. We don't need bolts. No bolts needed. It just suctions down. Are you driving the school bus?
It's bad alignment on these tires.
I know, it's terrible, huh? All right.